Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of AllGenGamers. This is episode 84, and we're recording on March 6, 2012. And tonight I am joined by Jason, the EMU Review. What's up, Jason?
Hey guys, how you doing?
As well as John, Gamester81.
What's up, man? Little under the weather, but I'm here, so I'm doing good.
As well as Johnny Millennium. What's up, Johnny?
Hey, what's going on, Pete?
And tonight we are joined by a returning guest, which some of you may know. It's funny, we were joking before the podcast started. It was BJ before Jason.
I love it.
Yeah, you do love PJs, don't you?
Yeah. Send them my way.
And that guest is Chris Bucci, Spider 1A. What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What episode were you on, Chris? We're trying to remember now. Was it
like 2?
Episode 2 or 3?
I don't know. I'm just happy the Skype thing still works because I don't think I've loaded it up since then.
Yeah.
I think it was the second one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
It was pretty early on, man. That was a long time ago now. So, by the way, congratulations, guys. That this thing is still rolling and getting stronger and stronger. I enjoy listening to it. I get a lot of, I have a lot of long train rides because I live in Manhattan, so everything is train everywhere, and your show keeps me entertained.
Oh, you still listen to it? That's cool.
I do. Yes, I do.
That's cool. That's cool. So it's funny. We were laughing like when we had a Splatter Trigger on. Is that we put you on the spot back then because the format of our show wasn't as loose as it is now. So we're like, Chris, how many TurboGrafx games are there? How many CD games are there? When were they released? I mean, we kind of like. I always say I'm so glad we get to apologize for our past mistakes, but we won't do that.
I was typing on Wikipedia really quickly throughout that.
Chris, how many systems were sold? What's the CPU? What's
322?
Oh, fuck.
Well, it still remains to this day, like when we ask or when people make a topic on the forums, like what's your favorite episode or episodes? Episode 2 is generally one of the highest regarded episodes still.
Well, that's really nice to hear.
Yeah.
People still enjoy it a lot.
That's because we went off and started talking about 80s cartoons and whatever else we were
that's
getting.
right.
Yeah, everyone loves that, you know.
Oh, yeah.
The Transformers and all that stuff, and
And Gem.
Jen, yes, right.
Yeah, I sure didn't get the box set for Christmas, Chris. That's for sure. I absolutely didn't get it.
What's that about?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Gem show. You know?
Speaking of Transformers, have you seen that Transformers Prime on Hub by any chance?
No.
Johnny? No? It's pretty good. It's really good, actually. I would recommend it if you haven't, it's quite good.
Well, I remember I got that text from you. I was driving home with Kim one night, and I get this text from Chris. And he says, and all it says is, hey, can you get me Transformers Prime toys? Because they can't get them here in the States, and they're up in Canada, and they're really limited edition. And he sends me all, and so I said, can you send me some details then? So he sends me all these pictures and links. Like I'm telling you, within like 10 seconds, he was like, find me this shit. And,
well, I used to collect them, and I don't really collect much anymore, but I kind of got into this Transformers Prime show, and so I wanted to get like just the first figures because they were actually called first editions, they say on the boxes. And after they released a few of them here in the States, they started showing all these ones from Canada that were coming out, and I was thinking, oh boy, I gotta have these, this is great. And then Hasbro announced they were canceling the first edition line and they were starting another line. And so it was all of a sudden the eBay prices went through the roof and the scalpers went crazy. And so I thought, who do I know in Canada? And so it was just like but I appreciate you looking for me. Anyway.
I felt really bad because me and Kim actually went to a couple of Toys R Us and couldn't find anything. They had the single ones, but not the ones that you would ask for.
Yeah,
so,
the ones that had come out after the ones that hit the United States. The ones people just snagged up and threw on eBay, and it just went nuts. And as much as I like it, it's kind of a fun little hobby, to have once in a while. I'm not going to spend that kind of money on those figures that they want on eBay.
Wait, how much are they going for?
Well, at the time, like the ones I was looking into, and I'm not sure how much they were in Canada, but they were like, the $20 price point, and people were buying them for, the Optimus Prime one was like $90, and the Bulkhead one was like 115 or something ridiculous. And I just, no. Not gonna happen.
Yeah. It's too funny because I was like, man, I want to find them because I knew you're saying that they would go up in price. So I looked everywhere. I was like, man, I buy some for you, buy some for me, and that was gonna be the hit. But I can track down anything.
Well, and they do look good. They're actually really well done figures too. Like even from a display standpoint. But I just, Anyway. Just off topic there.
it's all good. But I don't, Chris. For me personally, I don't know about you guys too. Is that I'm so stuck with the original Transformers G1. I mean, I can't move on from it. Like I did the movie and then the animated movie back in '87, and that was done. I couldn't get into Beast Wars. Did you guys like Beast Wars? Any of you? Like, I could never get into that.
No, I didn't get into Beast Wars, no.
I watched it a little bit as a kid. I had some of the toys, but I never got too into it.
I was just like you, Johnny. I had a hard time seeing past my 80s bedroom window. And when Beast Wars, that's what I used to say. People used to say that to me. When Beast Wars started, I hated it because I was like, the whole Transformers aren't animals, they're cars and planes, and so I was just like that. Like I hated it, and I refused to hate it, and I was gonna kill anybody that liked it, and then I was a collector at the time, and I went to BotCon. Did you guys ever hear of BotCon?
Absolutely, I have.
Yeah. Which when I went to BotCon in '97, it still was not as big as it has become, but it was one of the bigger years they had, and everybody that was there said, "Dude, you got to watch like the tail end of season 1." I go, "Why?" They said, "Because it takes place in the same canon as Generation 1, and all the old characters are tied into the story and whatever." And I refused to watch it, but they sort of forced me, and then that got me into it. So Beast Wars I thought was pretty good, but nothing can touch the nostalgic loveliness of G1.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I just checked eBay. I sent Johnny a link to give you an idea of the prices, I guess, for those first edition figures. $400 for the complete lot of, I guess, the first edition figures. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 figures in this picture. I don't know if that's the complete lot.
It's ridiculous. And these are... The deluxe ones are, the $10 price point. The slightly bigger ones are the $20 price point. So those shouldn't be more than, $100 for the stock of them.
It's
all.
showing 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 of the figures, like the small ones that are in their vehicle form, and then one is Optimus Prime. It looks like a bigger figure, and then there's like a 2-pack, a Versus box, and then there's one more bigger one of another character. I can't read the name.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like He-Man collecting too. Like they make the new He-Man figures. They're coming out. They're only available. I forget the website. Pete, do you know? One time out? Or Chris?
I don't know the website, no.
But
no, I actually haven't been following that, but I know a lot of my friends are into the reissue.
They make the remake, the new ones, and they go for quite a bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Were you pretty heavy into that show, John?
The He-Man?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He-Man was my shit. I even got into She-Ra for a little while. Literally.
Everybody.
Literally I got into her, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, this podcast has changed.
Yeah, we started acting more like ourselves, which is maybe a bad thing. I don't know, but
I think the first 5 or 6 episodes were like, we're going to try to be clean. Family show. Yeah.
I always like making the joke because I sat back, as a listener and listened to the first couple, and I always make a joke, and I think a lot of people, can relate to this. But you guys, it was great. I thought it was great, but you guys would sit there, and I remember it's like, Peter Dorr, you have a very nice video game collection. How many games do you have? It's just so funny. You guys were just so straight. I just loved it. It's classic shit.
It's like Johnny apologizing when he'd cut somebody off. Those were the days.
Now he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
It's funny.
Make sure to follow along and subscribe to us on iTunes under the podcast section, AllGenGamers. And if you want more information about this podcast, please visit www.allgengamers.com.